Hello, my name is Karlys with SDSU Extension. I'd like to talk with you today about youth gardening resources. In specific, I will be talking about the resources that SDSU Extension can provide when you're working with kids' gardens, youth after-school programs, and 4-H programming. One of the resources compiled here at SDSU for use with a mini grant that has been available in the past is called the Kids Garden Resource Kit. The kit has a table of contents that lists all of the gardening resources that have been gathered from a variety of sources, and then there's an alphabetical listing of those resources along with the URL that links to the original source of those resources. The resources are divided into general gardening resources, how to grow the garden, when to plant, season tables, that sort of resource. There's a section for pre-kindergarten to grade 2, ideas and activities for the very young children. And then it becomes divided into 3 divisions for the elementary through middle school ages. And there will be growing, science, and math lessons, and these are related to core concepts in the curriculum in South Dakota content standards. There will be language and social studies lessons, and then a third subdivision is nutrition and food preparation lessons. This information is available by contacting me at the resource listed below. It is a URL linked resource. Another resource that has been developed first at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and then adapted for South Dakota use is the Fun Fruit and Vegetable Fact Sheets. There are over 30 of these fact sheets available at this time on popular garden produce. The pages are very colorful, featuring bits of history, some nutrition facts, a little bit about how to choose varieties of these fruits and vegetables. And there's a backside that is being developed for as many as can possibly done and as quickly as possible. And that side will be called Pick It, Try It, Like It. That side has to do with choosing those fruits and vegetables in your grocery or from your garden to know when they're ready, and some recipes for how to prepare those fruits and vegetables. These are also available through the publications storage house at the URL at the bottom of the page, and the Pick It, Try It, Like It portions will be up there soon. One of the sources of funding for gardening for children is the South Dakota Team Nutrition Mini Grants. The school or program must be a USDA-sponsored program using National School Lunch Funds or CACFP funds or Milk Group funds. Those are eligible locations to receive mini grants when they are offered. There will be a Harvest of the Month program beginning this summer of 2012, promoting fruits and vegetables in the cafeteria, and that will provide training and educational resources and funding for some schools. To be added to the list and then receive the newsletter that gives announcements of when these grants are available, you need to contact me at karlyswells@sdstate.edu.
Hi, I'm Zdorovstov, Community Development Field Specialist with SDSU Extension. I'm going to continue now with more SDSU youth gardening resources. One resource that we have for you is the Youth Gardening Listserv. And this listserv is available as a communication tool for anyone involved in these kinds of projects. You can join by emailing me directly, but this place is a place where we provide education opportunities, we advertise grants. It's a place where you can go and ask your questions about problems that you're having in the garden or needs you have or ideas that you have, and then get feedback from fellow members of the listserv. So again, just email me directly at the email address shown there if you're interested in joining. The Youth Gardening Webinar Series is another opportunity for you. These webinars are held the last Wednesday of the month from 3:45 to 4:45. The webinar link is available on igrow.org, or it's emailed out on the Youth Gardening Listserv. We are trying to reach a broad audience here, anyone that's working with youth gardening programming, so school teachers, after-school programs, 4-H club leaders, summer programs, master gardeners, anyone that's working in these kind of programs. And we discuss a wide range of topics, and we ask that you request topics as well. We feature things like resources and funding, how to build a raised bed, appropriate age and stage material for the kids that you're working with. We also provide horticultural information, such as growing transplants or scheduling in the garden. iGrow.org is another place you can go for information. There'll be horticultural information under iGrow Gardens, and under iGrow Community Development, there is a local food section that will have things ranging from local food initiatives to community gardens to youth garden projects in the state. There is a group of lessons that would be ideal for people working maybe in a summer program. There are a set for K through 2 and a set for 3 through 5th grade provided on the Extension Horticulture page. When you click on the page, the website's listed there on the PowerPoint, you can click on Community and Youth Gardening and it'll take you directly to the lessons. The K through 2nd grade lessons are focused on learning about specific crops. So you can have a lesson on tomatoes or melons or peppers. And then the 3rd through 5th grade lessons are focused on more specific science topics as well as other things like communication skills or careers in horticulture. Each of these lessons has a character lesson built into the program. So for example, the K through 2nd grade lesson here on tomatoes features tomatoes and their history, how they grow in South Dakota. The kids can participate in a recipe where they can make salsa. And then the character building lesson talks about a recipe for a good friend. So just like you would prepare salsa and you need different ingredients to make a good salsa recipe, there's different ingredients that make a good friend. There is also a outline of what could possibly be used in a classroom garden setting. This lesson here is based off of a program that's running through Sioux Falls School in the FOSS curriculum, but it could definitely be modified for other school curriculums. Each grade has different activities that they could do related back to the standards that they need to fulfill. For example, here in 4th grade, one of the main focuses is mathematics. So we have the 4th graders plan out and design the garden, and they work on things like area and diameter as they plot out the vegetables in the space. This is also available on the horticulture website under Community and Youth Gardening. Here's specifically one of the lessons for 2nd graders. This is an insect-focused lesson. We have the kids participate in the Lost Ladybug Project, which is a research project trying to map out where the ladybug species are in the United States. Our native ladybugs are disappearing, so this is a practical, real project that they can be involved in and be scientists and take their pictures and upload them and have them identified. We also have a project where they can do an insect inventory in the garden, and also a website activity brought to us from Illinois Extension that's Let's Talk About Insects. We have the 2nd graders participate in growing beans and cucumbers, zucchini, and melons. One, because those crops are all prone to getting insects in our state. So there's a good opportunity for them to find bugs on those plants. But also, as the kids move through each grade, they will experience the wide range of vegetables that we can grow in this state. There are some fact sheets available for teachers or those that might be less comfortable in growing in the garden. We really just tell the basics of how do you cultivate, how do you plant seeds, how do you transplant, those types of things. Also available on the same website. There is a sample planting schedule. The one up there now is specifically for Southeast South Dakota, but could be modified to other parts of the state just by shifting the starting planting date based on when your last frost is. We offer some grant opportunities through SDSU Extension. The one is the Children's Garden Mini Grant. Support for this is typically $125, and they tend to be awarded to after-school programs or out-of-school time programs primarily. The applications for these are due in April, and you can contact me for more information. And the last opportunity we have here is the seed bank. And donated seeds are taken at the center. We look for seeds that are less than a year old, and then we store those seeds properly and then disperse them. We're able to give 20 seed packets to approximately 30 gardens in the state each year, and I'm taking applications for those typically in March. So if you're interested, look for the seed bank application online and you can then apply for your garden project. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me, and thank you for participating in this SDSU iGrow podcast.